Hi, my name's Nikki Adams. I'm from the English Collective of Prostitutes, and we're here with many other women's organisations to bear witness to the sentencing of David Carrick, a serial police rapist and torturer. Now is the time for him to be accountable for his crimes. We're a collective of sex workers working both on the streets and inside premises. We started in 1975, and for decades we have been protesting police illegality and racism. Nina spoke about the Yorkshire Ripper and the way that sex workers were disparaged and dismissed and our lives devalued during that trial. But right through to 1980s, when we had to occupy a church in King's Cross to protest police illegality and racism in that area, where they were persecuting women, where women couldn't step outside of their homes without being arrested, regardless of whether they were working or not, and where they stood by and let violent rapists and murderers go free, and in some cases arrested women's boyfriends when women did report rape. That occupation really put the policing of sex workers on the political agenda in a way that had not happened before, because we've always been told that somehow police sex workers are different from the ones that are accused and found guilty of widespread criminality and corruption, and it's not true. It's the same police. The prostitution laws give the police massive powers. Women working on the street are running from the police, can't come forward to report violence. A study in East London found 42% of sex workers working on the street had experienced violence from the police. That's from the police. 11% had experienced physical violence. Women spoke about the police demanding free sex in order for them not to be arrested. They spoke about the police deliberately beating them, putting handcuffs on them too tight, knowing that they would harm them. That kind of persecution has to come out, and it has to stop. Women working inside premises, because the brothel keeping laws prevent you working together with a friend. Women working in premises are being raided and threatened with arrest and convicted and having their money stolen. That kind of illegality by the police has to also stop. So, on the one hand, sex workers are experiencing high levels of violence and can't report to the police for many of the reasons that people have described today. You get judged and you get abused. At some point, we collected together 10 reasons that the things that police say to sex workers. And that includes things like saying, you're asking for it. It's part of your job. We can't arrest somebody unless you report violence 3 times. Why 3 times? Why not the first time? So the violence is at a very high level, and women are not getting protection. But at the same time, we're actually facing police sexism, racism, and illegality. But things have changed. The one big thing and the one big encouragement about being here today is that now everyone knows that the police force is infected with criminality and corruption, that it is sexist, racist, and frequently illegal. And that is a big change, because we've been saying it for decades and people did not listen. So we would support the demands of this picket to stop the impunity for police officers, and for police officers to be sacked and to lose their pensions. That's really, really important. They must not walk away with pensions. There's no incentive for the police force to clean up if officers can just leave and walk away, in Cressida Dick's case, with hundreds of thousands of pounds. It's a demand that we can unite around, but we have to call out some of those politicians politicians, including women politicians, who have backed the police against us by demanding an increase in criminalisation of sex work. The police do not deserve more powers when they abuse the powers they already have. So in the same way as we oppose the new public order bill, we oppose any attempt to increase police powers, and especially against sex workers, who are a criminalised group and therefore vulnerable and less able to report and protest. So, definitely stop police impunity and sack those officers who are found guilty of crimes. Thank you.